EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. But tonight we start Week 14 of the NFL season with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Carolina Panthers. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things done.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Carolina defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game. Right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There haven't been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Hubbard. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. 16-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The Panthers at 4-8 now on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all three phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Back to throw now on first down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Now the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At their own 35-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Hubbard. There's a short one caught by Johnson.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Now a give, right side. It's Cooper. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, Hubbard. And that nearly intercepted. Like a free safety rolling into position, almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You look at this Carolina defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready.
From the gun on 3rd down, Hubbard. To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll look to throw again. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Inside the 10. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. So his struggles just continuing here in the 1st half throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions. And
they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless.
Touchdown! Jatavion Sanders, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point hung the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
look to throw now on first down. Open man, and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
They'll take this to the 46. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visiting Panthers who came away with the victory in that one. So now they look to take the season series here at home in Charlotte. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. First target, first catch, and a first down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And it is 28-0.
Panthers 28, Buccaneers 0.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Hubbard. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Right back to Hubbard.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 1 yard and now no yards. Have them looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now it's the backup Darnold. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Buccaneers, first down. A gain of 15. First down, Tampa Bay.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McCoy. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Ready? Pass all 80. Steady.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
2nd down and 3. And they'll go again here with Hubbard.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Darnold from the gun. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Over the middle, complete. It's McCoy. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Boston Cyber set to kick off.
The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Good return up past the 30. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
31-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Here we go.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Trying to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense. This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Off play action. Simmons.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
70 Lions. Ready? Panther 60. Panther 60. Panther 60. Panther 60. Let's go.
Back to throw. Simmons. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown. Jatavion Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Panthers are pouring it on. Buccaneers, nothing. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
Here we go.
Right back to him on first down.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Here we go. Here we go. Viking 18. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Let go.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hubbard. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Darnold
checks this down to Hubbard. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it, as he gets wiped out on that one.
Brandon, you know, this is going to be discussed, because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Let's go. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Hubbard. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Beasley now to return. 51 yards on the punt there.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
7-yard gain.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Go side.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
1-yard gain.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Come on. Buffalo 18. Panthers.
Operating from the gun. Hubbard. He finds McCoy. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he'll go out of bounds after taking a little further down inside the 40. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Mustang 19. Ready.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hubbard. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And the first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
Ready.
First down, Buccaneers.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
And it's 4th down.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Buccaneers 3.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. In the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw is Darnold.
He'll try and do this himself. He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Go, set.